Yo, what up guys, PHON-ER Gold. I'm back on YouTube. I took a little break. I was doing other channels and it just like a lot of stuff happened in my life, so I kind of had to put this on pause for a sec. So now I'm back guys. This channel is going to be mainly about instead of just going house calls, because I don't do house calls anymore, as I was like showing you guys, just kind of going around and fixing phones. Now I have my own studio and I have my own shop, so I kind of do more podcasts. I have podcasts on things here and there with people in the studio that I have made for myself during the COVID. I was just like, just using my time for the betterment of my biz, right? And everyone else's entertainment. So, and yeah, I just wanted to just come back and tell you guys, hey, I'm back. And also I wanted to kind of talk about a really important topic that I've been meaning to talk about since like the iPhone 12 came out back in November, I believe, yes, of 2020. So I want to talk about iPhone 12, guys. So what's really like bizarre about this whole thing, it's almost like, I don't know how to say this without sounding like I'm anti-Apple, because I'm pro-Apple. Obviously I fix iPhones, that's the only phones that I fix. I don't do Android. I'm literally an Apple enthusiast, but what's really interesting about Apple's 12 is that for the first time ever, guys, they're I don't know how to say this without sounding weird. It's almost like it's not worth what they're selling you for the first time ever. Like before, other times, like they'll sell you things that is actually quality. Like iPhone 11 Pro when it came out, iPhone 11 that came out, it's a solid phone, The iPhone 12, however, since like November, I've been getting calls from customers, clients, telling me like, hey, my screen just glitched out. It's super frozen. The screen cracked from a very short drop, from a very short height. Like everyone is complaining about it, guys. And then the 5G, they're saying that it's not fast enough. It just crashes, all the stuff, whatever. And the other thing that I really kind of, I guess, despise the 12 for is the fact that it's a 5G, and I feel like the 5G alone should kind of be I guess a big factor in buying or not buying, because many people want to buy the 5G because it's really like a fast phone and etc. It's a very fast internet, not a phone, internet. Same time, it's a really high EMF, like radiation. Of course, every iPhone has the EMF, which is really bad for you if you're talking on the phone for 10 hours a day. But this one, it's actually integrated with 5G. It actually has a chip of 5G inside. So that was also a kind of a thing for me not to buy the 12, even though I buy phones every other time when it comes out every year. And so I still have my 11 Pro that I bought in September of 2019. It's still a great phone. It looks literally brand new. I haven't taken it out of my red outer box. It's a great phone. Anyways, guys, second thing about the iPhone 12. So this video I was going to title like why not to buy iPhone 12, and not to sound like I'm hating on people that are buying the iPhone 12. I just want to kind of give you guys a little bit of what to expect, and maybe that should be a really important factor in you buying or not buying the phone, right? So clearly the iPhone 12 is a new phone, obviously, right? So it's going to be faster. Obviously the camera is going to be better. It has the LiDAR detector. I'm sure you guys already know from other YouTubers and from just Apple's website. But what they don't tell you guys is the screen cost. The screen, it is so expensive. If you are living in a place where Apple is closed, or like during 2020 you saw Apple was closed for like half the time or more, actually the whole year, I believe, after March, like 8 months, 9 months, and people need to get their phone fixed, right? I mean, not every single person is responsible like I am and many of you guys are that actually have a case. They just like the whole phone on its own just because it looks nice and cool and fun. And of course it does. That's the reason why Apple makes the phone so beautiful. It's the aesthetics is just like amazing. That's the reason why they make it, so you don't actually put a case on and you break the phone and you buy a new phone or fix the screen, or in our case, especially the iPhone 12 and the iPhone 8 Plus and then XR. Pretty much starting iPhone 8 Plus, Apple made sure that the back was glass. So when you drop the phone, if you're wondering why that is, I'm gonna make a whole other video on that alone. It's because they want to make sure that when you drop the back and it's cracked, you'll be forced to buy a new phone or pay off that phone and keep it instead of trading that phone in for another phone, which they don't make much money on. They rather make sure you pay out the phone fully through your month to month, and then just pay out the phone, you know, whatever plan you are on, or if you had just paid it outright, for you to buy the new phone while selling or keeping this old phone that you have the back cracked. Anyways, I digress. Yeah, guys, so the iPhone 12, the screen is really expensive, which no one tells you. Apple will never tell you. The back is really also expensive. If you break the back of the iPhone 12, it costs $600 to fix it. $550, I believe. Yeah, it is. It's actually even more. Someone told me it's like $600 if it's a Pro Max, you know, like 12 Pro Max. So, and the front is $379, I believe, last time I checked, or $329 for the regular 12. It is expensive. I think that's just nefarious from me. It's malice. So that's what I think. Anyways, I don't think people should be responsible paying like literally 1/3 of the phone to get the phone fixed. Especially if you have an iPhone 11, you're literally paying literally half of the price almost, right? Because it's like $800. You're paying like almost 40%, 45% of the price of the phone. That's insane. And the other sad part is, guys, the reason why I was saying how it is really important for you guys to know what you're buying is because many shops like myself, the iPhone 12 screen, guys, costs me my own like retail part price that I have to buy from any factory that is selling, because Apple doesn't sell screens, obviously, as you know. We have to go through like loops to buy that screen, aftermarket, high quality, premium, or refurbished ones, you know. They sell it for close to, last time I checked, I can actually check right now and tell you the latest price. Last time I checked, it was real expensive, so I just want to see if it's still the same high price. Let's see. I should have done this earlier, but I didn't kind of think this topic I would actually. Actually, I did, but I didn't check. It is my fault. So the iPhone 12 Pro Max, guys, the screen, my cost, no labor, just my cost, just the parts that I gotta pay to get the screen, $365. And that's a very conservative amount. It's not even like a very high amount. There's some places that sell for $450. Apple sells it for, I mean, if you really want to buy it from them, it's I believe like $400 or more. And this is a premium refurbished because they don't have the aftermarket date on it. It's going to happen soon. But Apple, guys, eventually shops like mine are not going to be able to fix phones, because it's going to be like the iPhone 13 is coming out in like 3-4 months, right? Wait, we're in June, 3 months. So think about it. The iPhone 12 is the aftermarket is still not even available yet. Like the aftermarket where it's cheaper than normal. So all we have right now is refurbished. And iPhone 11 Pro is barely giving us some cheaper screens that are in sale. They're like LCD. They're not even OLED. So like, which is kind of, that's the only way we can actually buy it to actually sell, because if we buy the refurb, it's super expensive and we'll just be literally competing with Apple, which people will not pay either us or Apple, because it's around the $300, you know, for iPhone 11 Pro screen. So 12 is much more higher. The point I'm trying to make here is, when you're buying the iPhone 12, make sure that you know that if you break the front screen, you are responsible to pay $300+. And if you go to a shop, it's even more, because if I'm buying it for $365, I gotta make at least $50 on it, right? Minimum, if not more, because I'm investing so much money. And the person now has to pay $400 plus. So think about it, like, is it worth to buy a phone that if you break the screen, and it can happen to anyone, even with a great screen, if you drop it from like a second-story building or goes under a car, it'll break. It doesn't matter how good your screen is, if it's OtterBox or LifeProof or whatever brand you prefer. You have to have these things, you have to consider this and just kind of have this in your mind when you're making the decision, because otherwise you're going to buy the phone blindly, which many people do. They call me every day like, oh my god, if I only knew. I'm like, yeah, I was gonna make this video in November, but I was super involved with politics and the election. I was just so into it, I didn't do any videos. I was just like taking I wasn't on the channel anyways, but I wasn't even like, I just was too involved with politics. I don't know why. I'm not even like political in any way or form, but I'm like non-partisan. But I was so involved because I was like, it was just so, I guess it was just a trend, you know. So I was just chasing the trend or something. But yeah, guys, I wish I made this video earlier. But definitely, guys, just make sure that you know that when you're buying the iPhone 12, and I don't want to sound like redundant here, that you know that if you break the screen, it's gonna cost you money, you know. And lastly, guys, before I end this video, the whole reason why it is so expensive, and this started like from the iPhone X, I believe. It was super expensive from the iPhone X, and now it's cheaper, of course. But the iPhone 11 Pro, it's a whole different monster. The quality of the screen is much higher. So starting from the iPhone 11 Pro, guys, the reason why they're selling the screens so expensive, like $329 instead of like $199 or like $129, like it used to be back in the day, like $129, you know, for a screen. Now it's like triple the amount, is because they want to make sure that every single person buys the AppleCare Plus, which is like $14. And if you have a like a month-to-month thing, yeah, it's going inside your insurance, which is like around $10, I believe, and some carriers it's like 14. I know like T-Mobile is like 12 or 13, the whole coverage, but that's literally most of it is going to Apple, and T-Mobile is getting like $1 out of it. They're literally selling it through Apple. It doesn't go through T-Mobile; it goes through Apple. So same thing, guys. So they're literally trying to make sure that every single person buys an insurance or AppleCare if you're buying it directly from Apple, insurance if you're buying it from a carrier. And the sad part is that most of the people don't even break their phones in the first year. So you're literally paying them around let's do like $15 times 12. You're paying literally 12. You're paying like $180 a year just because you are trying to be safe. That's literally like almost like a car insurance, but a very cheaper amount, you know, a much cheaper amount. But that's what they want, guys. They want to literally have billions of people, because they have billion people using iPhone, to buy the AppleCare, and they'll make like trillions of dollars. And if anyone breaks, sure, it doesn't cost them much. And then when you do break, most likely you'll break the back as well most of the time. So now you'll pay $100 on top of that. You can only get insurance twice. So if you break the phone more than twice, you have to buy a new phone, or you have to pay them the actual cost, like the $350 or $550, whatever the cost is, based on the screen you broke, back or the front, or the front, or the both, you know. So bottom line, guys, is this is all a plan to make sure that Apple literally takes over the like repair industry, and only they can fix it, because everything else is so expensive. And for you to be forced, because every other option, every other avenue, like going to the shop, will be too expensive. So the other option will be to literally buy an AppleCare for life. And think about it. If you have an iPhone for 5 years and you have not broken the screen, Apple made 5 times 180 on you, which is $900. So they made the iPhone price that they sold you for again in 5 years, and which is really beautiful. That's literally like having an iPhone launched without the launch and making $1,000 on people without giving anything back. Yeah, we're giving you that peace of mind. But peace of mind is going to make Apple like trillions of dollars over the next 5 years, while you're just literally paying them, you know? I don't know. I know it's a peace of mind, and it's if you have a business, it's a write-off. But for the regular consumer, which many Apple iPhone users, they're not business, they work for someone, that's just a personal phone. It's like literally using and wasting and getting robbed by Apple, just so that you have the peace of mind. And at the end of the day, guys, lastly, I've taken the iPhone 12 apart and the iPhone 11 Pro apart and many other phones apart, every Apple lineup of phone, of course, you know. And the iPhone 12 screen, it is so thin, it is super below, like it's like the thinnest screen ever. So it is susceptible to breaking much quicker than any iPhone 11 or 11 Pro or the X or XR or XS, whatever. So that's the other reason, guys, to kind of like think about it before you buy the iPhone 12. I personally recommend the iPhone 11 Pro. The iPhone 11 is a better value right now. It's like $600. The screens are cheaper to fix. If you break the iPhone 11, it's only like $100 to fix. The iPhone 11 Pro, it's $150 to fix, as compared to $300 or $550 if you break the front and back, you know, on the iPhone 12 and the 12 Pro Max and the 12 Pro Mini and the 12 Mini, whatever. They're all super expensive because they changed all the sizes, which is another BS from Apple, to make sure that the big China factories have delay in remanufacturing all those screens, because every time you change the screen size, which is the reason why iPhone X took a long time to actually be cheap to buy and sell to people, you know, as a shop, is because they changed the size. The iPhone X was the first time was a phone that had a total different size than we have ever seen. And now they're doing the same thing for the iPhone 12 Pro. They're making it bigger than the 11 Pro, which so that the 11 Pro manufacturers wouldn't make just a little bit difference, a few adjustments, and just sell the 12 Pro in the market like the 11 Pro did, you know. So they're doing everything, guys, to make sure that China does not have parts for shops like mine to give you guys a better price, a better option, and convenience for you guys to just walk into my shop, spend 10-15 minutes, get your phone fixed, and get out, instead of going to Apple and spending 3-4 hours in the mall circling around, or waiting in your car, or going back and forth, driving back and forth, wasting gas, especially now gas is so expensive. Apple is definitely making sure that they monopolize the market, and they are doing it on your dime, guys. And with that said, guys, have an amazing, beautiful day. It is good to be back. I'm going to post more tutorial videos and more information-based videos like this, so you guys can know what's going on before you buy your iPhones or whatever Apple products you wish to buy. And with that said, have a beautiful, amazing Wednesday, and I'll see you on the next one. Much love, and that's a wrap.
Hehehehe